What are your thoughts on Hulk Hogan?
Um, I don't know. You mean recently, or how was he to work with?
Well, how was he to work with? What was he like backstage? His presence?
He's kind of remote. We didn't see a whole lot of him. He kind of was a little bit more removed than a lot of the boys. He didn't like hang out in the back. He went to his room. He showed up late and went to his room.
Right.
He was in a different class than everybody else. But he was fine. He gave Dallas a lot of great advice, a lot of good breaks. And so I'm thankful to him for that. I like his wife. She's nice.
What about Sting?
Huh?
Sting?
Sting? Great. He was always phenomenal to work with. I thought that when he changed his character into, the crow kind of thing, that it was just really dramatic and really well executed. And I thank God every day that he clipped Dallas in right when he took him up to the ceiling.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because that was so frightening, but he did that stunt beautifully. And, yeah, he literally had my husband's life in his hands, and he did the right thing.
Right.
So,
how did Dallas change as far as success?
He got a lot more tired.
Right.
That poor guy was pulled so many different directions. The success was very well earned, and it shouldn't have been any other way. As far as I was concerned, I lived it with him, so there's nobody who deserved it like he did.
Right.
Nobody that could have handled it as well as he did. But it was a lot of pressure on him, and yeah, we had, our marriage suffered for it, definitely. But, it's what he really, really wanted to do. And it has really paved the way for a lot of things moving on into his future that he's going to continue to be able to do because of that notoriety and because of the character that he was able to develop and the brand that he was able to establish. And Jay-Z. And,
Right.
so all of those things mixed together, I wouldn't have had it any other way for him. But, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I wish he could have stopped and smelled the roses every now and then a little bit more. Sure, yeah. I wish, we could have taken a little bit more time to take some vacation time when he was working so hard. But maybe if we had done those things, he would never have achieved what he achieved.
Right.
So, it was what it was, and
Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
How did things change at this point in WCW when Hall, Nash, and Hogan all came in involved with the politics and stuff?
Oh, it was so exciting to be there at that time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a blur from the time they came on board, because then suddenly everything got a lot bigger. The crowds got a lot bigger. The hotel rooms got a lot bigger.
Right.
I remember, my first European trip was after Hulk came on board.
Right.
And everybody had said, prior to that, going to Europe, so terrible, flea-infested motels and buses that break down, and it's just the shits. Hulk came, and I went on that next European trip. We were staying at the Intercontinental, and we were going around, in great arenas and, with lots of people, and I was just like, thanks, Hulk. Sweet.
Nice.
So, yeah, everything got so much bigger and more exciting after they showed up.
Did you see a lot of the politics with Hall and Nash, with Eric Bischoff and Hogan having his ear, and then Eric being pulled by Kevin and Scott?
Yeah, well, I was right there. Yeah, I was, in the room, witness to it. So, my perspective is a little different, because I just, I was in the kind of little inner circle
Right.
at that point. So, it was us, working together. So, it didn't seem like it was politics. It seemed like we were just trying to make the show as great as it could be and get as many people watching as we could, and
Right.
make the most compelling storyline so people wouldn't want to watch the other guy anymore. So that's that's where our heads, I think, were all at. We didn't think it was politics. We were just trying to make it a good show.
Okay. What about wrestling David Flair? Did you like wrestling at this point? They put you into that a little bit.
No, I didn't. I will always maintain I never liked the wrestling part, and I was never good at it. I always sucked. But although I'll tell you what, today I don't think I was sucked quite as bad because I have a much better sense of my body.
Right.
Yeah. So I've started climbing and skiing pretty ardently, and yeah, my horseback riding has picked back up. So yeah, I think I'll be a much better wrestler today than I ever was in my 20s.
Right.
But yeah, I sucked big time, and so I'm the first to say it. The David Flair thing was to me like. It was like, just another story, but it was a really cool acting opportunity for me. It was like, oh, this is like when a stranger calls, kind of, tension. So I thought, oh, yeah, I can get really method. And at that point, I had been taking some acting training, so I was like taking it all seriously and stuff, and like writing a little bio of my character and everything. So I was really into it at the time. And, I think no matter how hokey it played, internally, I was really feeling it. So, yeah, I was living the gimmick at that point.
Whose idea was it to turn you on DDP?
Russo.
Russo, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was a Russo story.
How would you compare Vince to Eric?
McMahon or Russo?
No, Russo.
How would I compare Vince Russo to Eric? Well, when Russo came on board with us, he had already been working for Vince.
Right.
So he was real used to the machine and how it worked. And so he came in real slick to it. But at the same time, it didn't seem to me he was ever as personally invested. It wasn't his baby like it was Eric's. Eric, would drive people crazy with his tirades and stuff because it was his his heart. It was his heart and soul out on this show every week. All his blood, sweat, and tears. So, that's where the difference was. Vince, it was another job, and thank God, I'm not working for Vince anymore, but I got another high-paying wrestling job.
Did you see the heat between Russo and Eric?
No, I never saw it. They always seemed to collaborate real well to me. Bang, bang, here's what I've delivered to you. I'm getting paid this much.
How'd you find about Tori's pay?
Oh, it was very well
Gossip.
known. Yeah, It was very well known that, she's getting brought in for this much. So, yeah, as soon as I caught wind of that, that was my ammunition to go in and, negotiate for a better salary.
Right.
So I got that thinking that, well, this is going to make me happier with my situation here. But it didn't because, there was still, all the pressures that were there before. Making more money doesn't change any of that, It actually even just raises the stakes because then you're like, okay, well, now I really need to prove why I'm here. So then I got even more stressed out, and it was just like, it was burning me out. So I was kind of like, and at that point, there was word that this guy was coming to run the show from WWF, and he was going to be making a whole lot of changes.
Right.
And I was like, well, what? I didn't think that anything was going to happen to the dance team, but he came on board.
Was this Russo?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he was like, I think I'm going to get rid of the Nitro Girls. And I was my immediate thought was, dumb, because we're making you money. We're selling videos. We're a great little media tool for you.
Right.
But at the other, the other side of that coin was, he said, I think I want to get rid of the Nitro Girls and turn you back into a character and turn some of the, maybe I'll keep some of the girls on as characters. And I was like, well, maybe it would be nice to start working with Dallas again. And, and then he sweetened the pot a little bit because he was like, I want to expand on your character a whole lot.
Right.
And turn you heel and have it be a big story. And I was like, I'm listening.
Right.
I'm listening. So that's when I decided to give up the team, and because I, kind of caught the writing on the wall that was the direction the show was going to go, whether I liked it or not. So I could embrace it, and I was burned out on doing the girls thing anyway. So. Right.
Was there a lot of jealousy towards you with the other girls?
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
What are your thoughts when they formed the band Diversity 5?
Oh, I thought it was, I thought it was not a bad idea because I knew Terry could sing.
Right.
I was like, oh, she's going to be the front man. You know, I know Charmel can sing, so I was like, okay. I didn't know at the time if Melissa or Che could sing, but you know, it was like, oh, you know, the girl groups seem to be real popular, and I was gone at that point anyway. I think I had moved to LA already when they put that together.